What's going on, guys? Today is day 2 of starting to work on my headlights. If you don't know, I am at obviously the Circuit Demon headquarters. I am normally placed over here. If you guys were to ever come and visit, you'd see me right there on the desk getting stuff done. Today I'm actually just like editing a couple videos that we're going to start putting out on the Circuit Demon YouTube channel. I kind of wanted to like revamp that and get those videos going again for the Circuit Demon channel. But today we are getting some of our stuff done, some personal stuff done to finish. Oh, it's very bright. To finish that thing out there. I actually have a ton of stuff going on for my car in the next couple of weeks. We have a lot of crap. So today we're starting to do the retrofit for the projectors on my housings. I'll head back there to the shop in a second and show you guys what they currently look like if you guys missed the last video of doing this. We have the headlights going down today. Very soon I have a bunch of parts coming in because I'm switching around my tuning as well as pieces that I've had sitting in the garage for almost a year now that need to go on the car because, well, honestly, the car is just too quiet and boring now. I've had the car pretty much the same as far as motor exhaust wise for like maybe 2 or 3 years now. Over the previous winter I've switched up a bunch of suspension stuff and that's pretty much all dialed in. A lot of the fitment still needs to be pulled in just a hair, but other than that, like, suspension is pretty much done. From here I kind of want to move on to motor things, and I have a bunch of fun parts that need to go on the car, as well as a couple things that are needing to be ordered to go on the car before I switch up my tuning and everything. Oh, also, if you guys are interested, I am selling my access port. I'm going to be switching over to open source tuning. If you don't know what all that means, it just means that I'm switching to tuning straight to the ECU and relying on individual gauges in the car that are going to be letting me know how the car is running. That's the plan. If you guys want to buy it, just DM me on Instagram or leave a comment below and I can get you guys a good deal on a new access port because I really haven't used it almost ever since it's been in the car. Also, we have some good news. Actually, those are also here. We have some good news about the body kit. You guys don't know about it, but I've had the car since last year with the ugly primer mark on the rear quarter panels because last summer me and Ryan fixed the car as far as like the rust that was coming in on the quarter panels. If you guys own a Subaru, an older one, and you live in the Northeast where they have salt on the roads, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, it doesn't matter because you guys are about to be super stoked, I hope, because today we have kind of some good news, for me at least. If you guys feel differently, whatever, but we actually have a wide body fender flare kit for the car set up, and I just need to purchase the other half of it. We have half of it here. My boss Jeff, he's the owner of Circuit Demon. He actually has the rear half of the kit that I already need for my car, and I believe they're 40 mil. The front I still need to purchase from Carlton Flares. So I got in touch with Carlton Flares a couple weeks ago, got me a really good deal on some, so I need to order those soon as well. So technically we are making the car a little bit wider, and I've been like on the fence about this, you guys know, for a long time, but the opportunity came with a really good deal, so I just couldn't pass it up. So the car will be a little bit wider soon. I am currently just editing this video, but I'm waiting for Jeff to get here because I'm not experienced yet doing all the retrofitting and such. I have taken apart the headlights in the last video that you guys saw, which is pretty cool. Learning how to do it is actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Waiting for Jeff to get here, and then we will pick up and start retrofitting. I believe we're doing the projectors today, and then right after that comes paint. So let's get to it. For any of you film guys out here, if you guys are wondering what editing software we do use Adobe Premiere Pro. I used to like dislike this a lot, but once you get so used to this program, you will never want to turn back to any other program. This is such a good platform to use, and they carry basically a program for every single thing you need: video, audio, After Effects, stuff like that. All right, we are now stripping the paint off the existing housings. So apparently this one had a crack on it, just a small one, easily fixable, because we're going to be painting over it anyways. Sand that down, and we're ditching these, so like that one still has the amber reflector, and then this one has nothing on it. Alright, since we are, correct me if I'm wrong, we're cutting off the back tabs, we have to switch over to this back coupler thing, so he's going to go over what we need to do with that.
Typically the factory cap would screw in here, but because the projector is going to stick out a bit further, that cap's not going to be able to facilitate the extra back spacing we need. So in order to get this cap to fit over, we obviously have to take care of some of these other kind of obstructions. So we're just going to cut this little shield off. It really has no purpose as far as inside the car, so we're just going to go ahead and kind of lob that off with the ultrasonic cutter. And then these down here, typically these are going to hold the factory low beam as well as turn signal plugs, but those really don't need to be tied down. So once they're in the car, you just plug them into the factory harness. We can just kind of get rid of those. I would definitely say that the function of having a rear seal isn't going to allow any sort of moisture or road debris in is a lot better than having something to mount a tab to. So yeah, we're just going to cut those off and it's going to fit nice.
Or my bunk duct tape mod.
No, it's good.
That duct tape mod was dope.
We do that.
Ever seen that before?
Professionally. So here we have an ultrasonic cutter. This is really nice because besides the lovely noises they make, they cut through plastic pretty nicely, and it's a nice small gap when the cut is complete. So we'll use these to cut open taillights, headlights, and then make small modifications like this stuff. If you don't have one of these, which I wouldn't expect the normal average person to have, you can use a Dremel as well. It works just fine in this case.
Looks like it's just melting.
Yeah,
yeah.
So this, like, it kind of just vibrates really quickly and heats up as well, which kind of helps to cut through the plastic here. So now we got a nice flat fit. That's going to keep all the bad stuff out and all the good stuff in.
Got them all nice and cleaned up. Looking much better. It looked like there was a beach forming in there with all the sand and debris in the bottom. Now we're back to black.
So for this setup, we're going to use the D2S projector. These are the kind of G5R variant. So these have the blue lens. The blue lens actually helps filter out some of the blue light, so it's going to be a little bit more like a pure white than typical like xenon bluish. These are also a 3-inch lens, so a little bit larger of a size, so increased width as well as the center, like the hot spot being a bit brighter compared to the 2.5-inch lens. So this is like a typical H1 projector size, so you can see that it's a bit larger. And the body itself, like the reflector bowl on the back, is just a bit bigger as well. So these ones are bolt-in. Some projectors are going to have a threaded shaft, so that's like an easy way you can kind of just mount it right in where the factory bulb would usually mount, and just put the nut on the back and kind of tighten it down. These ones are going to require us to do like the nut and bolt method, so the 4 corners where the holes are, we're going to bolt them in.
Which, do we need brackets for
these? No, because factory projector headlights like the Hawkeye 08 to 14, 2015 up, if they have projectors from the factory, they can use an adapter bracket, but these we're going to have to do the old-fashioned way.
Nice.
Cool. So in order to fit these projectors in, once again, we kind of have to drill the 4 holes in order to mount them. So our buddy Nathan at Custom Bracket Designs makes these. They're pretty handy. There's also an H1. This one's a little used, as you can see. Probably get some new ones soon from Nathan. But these are a really easy way to make sure that the rotation as well as the alignment is pretty set. So when we drill the holes, it's going to make it a lot easier to fit these and aim them. We are going to take off the factory bulb cover and bulb holder. Get rid of that.
Don't need that anymore.
Nerd. Our projector is going to fit right here for the low beam. Now you can see from the factory there's these kind of reflector panels. So it's going to be, you know, all these lines across this way, 2 horizontal lines and 2 vertical. So we're going to kind of use those to help us figure out kind of the rotation. So we have the vertical and horizontal kind of crosshairs on this template. So we're going to use those to kind of guide us and make sure that the alignment is pretty straight. Once we have the projector in there, or once we have it all cut out and the holes drilled, we'll be able to check it against the high beam and even mount it in the car. But for a lot of the orders that we do or the lights that we build, we don't have the car here with us. So this is a really great way to make sure that we're kind of dead on with alignment. So once we have our template in there, we have it locked down, and you can kind of see we use this tail, the kind of threaded bolt there, to kind of check the alignment. So we have these kind of guidelines So we're pretty straight with that. Obviously we can kind of tweak it once the projector's in there. And then as far as this way, it's pretty straight as well. So ready to go ahead and
blow some holes through.
That's right. Blow holes. So now we got our holes drilled, we are ready to remove the material to be able to fit the back of the projector. Obviously, all this isn't going to go through that little hole in the back, so we're going to have to Dremel out in order to get this to fit. And a good rule of thumb that we'll usually do is just kind of go from corner to corner. So we know that these are kind of like the edges that we're going to go to. These holes are. So we don't want to go to the hole, because obviously a bolt's going to go through that, so we need material
on every side.
You got it. So we're just gonna
be floating.
Yeah. We're just gonna draw a little kind of circle around here that we know we can get rid of. So we're gonna get rid of that material at first, and then if we need to get rid of more, based on fitting the projector, we can do that from there.
So this is what it looks like after a little bit of that paint stripper. It's like splotchy, but do we have to do it again in order to get
it? The JDM, or like the factory chrome, there's kind of two layers to it. It's like a top like gunmetal layer and then a chrome layer underneath. We really just want to get rid of that glossy layer.
Right.
So after we strip that down, obviously you can see some of it ate all the way through where it was a little bit more damage, like in the creases, just from like sun wear and use. Other places we just use like a Scotch-Brite pad to
stuff it up,
prep it. So those are, I would say, you know, we're gonna use a self-etching primer anyways, so we really don't need to go further than that.
Alright, thank you guys for watching today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing the first steps of retrofitting the projectors into my headlights. The next video will be coming out very shortly as we continue on the process of building these. Obviously, it doesn't actually take this long, but we have to put together a couple day compilation of kind of doing the headlights step by step and really show you guys what goes into building the headlights that we make here at Circuit Team. And so can't wait to show you guys the final product. Stay tuned for the next video for the headlights. We're gonna keep working on them and make them look super sick. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.